In this particular video, I am going to talk about how JavaScript is working behind the scene. So you can notice that this is the how JavaScript work.html. This is the HTML file in which you can notice the script section having external JS, which is how JS work, which is included. Now let's go to that particular file, which is how JS work.js, and try to understand how the thing is working in the JavaScript. So you can notice here that I am going to console log a, and the value of a is after the console log I declared or initialized the value of a to 4. So what will be the value of a will print on line number 1. So let's talk about these things. So can you guess it? I hope you understand. So here in this case the value of a will be 4. You can think, or maybe you can think that it should be undefined. Why? Because at the line number 1 the value is not assigned anything. The a value is not assigned. So declaration is done after the console log. So what will happen? So let's check it in the browser so that you will understand. If I will refresh here, you can notice the console log. In the console log tab it is appearing undefined. Okay, so you might say that why it is like that? Because a is not defined, because at this moment at the line number 1 a is not defined, and it is defined or declared or assigned at the line number 3. That's why it is undefined. It's alright. What will happen if you will remove the declaration of variable a and still you are calling or trying to access the variable a, then what will happen? So if I will refresh this page on the browser, you can notice that now the output is different. Here output is a error in the red color, uncaught reference error, a is not defined. This is appearing. Why it's like that? Why it is a error? Previously it was undefined. So you might say that okay, because a is not declared anywhere in the JS file, anywhere in the file, that's why it is like that. A value is not available, it is not declared. That's why a value is the output is a is not defined error, reference error. So is it undefined or not defined is the same? How JavaScript know that something is defined or not defined? This is the biggest questions. So many people say that oh, JavaScript already know, then after that they are executing. So you might think like that, or many people thinking that JavaScript already is scanning the code. It means it is clear that before execution JavaScript parsing the whole code, or maybe compiling the whole code, then after that it will be execute. So what is the exact process here? So I will talk about these things in a few minutes. Before that I will try to understand another example of the functions. So here I am removing these things and let's talk about the functions. So can you guess what will be the output? Means what will be the output in the console? You can notice that I call the functions before statement, function statement. What will be the output? And after the statement, what will be the output? Let's try to understand. So if I will go in a browser and refresh it, you can notice B6, both the cases the value is same. So it means that before the function statement we can call a function, or after a function statement of course we can call a function. So why it is only for the variable, not for the functions? So all this type of questions will be answered in this particular video. So we will discuss how JavaScript working internally. Okay, so before understanding these things, we will understand some of the basic thing. First of all, you can understand that this is the browser, right? This is the I am using right now a Chrome, and this is the browser. And browser, inside a browser having the JS engine, and JS engine is responsible to execute your JavaScript code. So everything will be JS engine will handle the execution part. Now, so you understand that browser having the JS engine inside it, and also some other stuff is also available. What is the other stuff? So other stuff is a console tab. Console tab is also a part of the browser, not a part of the JavaScript. Console tab is a part of the browser. And also you will wonder that DOM element, this is the DOM part, which you can notice this is a DOM tree. Everything HTML part is available, and based on that it is displaying on the DOM. So document object model is also the part of the browser, not the part of the JavaScript. JavaScript engine is inside a browser. Okay, it means that browser providing some of the APIs known as the web APIs. They are providing some API to use to provide something to access to JS code. It means JS can able to access some of the part of the browser. Okay, so like whatever request you are sending, maybe a get request, post request, you are calling a API, or maybe you are trying to access some of the file, some of the link, then everything you can also connect from one system to another system through the HTTP. So all these things is the part of the browser, not a part of the JavaScript. However, this browser providing some API to the JavaScript so that JavaScript can access some of the thing. Now you understand that JavaScript is a part of the browser. Now how these things is happening, what behind the scene is happening before the execution. So for understanding these things, we will discuss some of the term which is very important, and nowadays it is very popular. So the first thing is that what is the execution context. Now one thing you need to understand, what is the execution context. I hope that you might heard about this term, execution context. The environment in which your code is running is execution context. It means execution context providing the environment where your JavaScript code will be executed. Okay, so I hope you understand about execution. It's very easy. Execution context is nothing but the environment where your JavaScript code is executing. And how many type of execution context is available? Okay, so you can say a global execution context or a functional execution context. There are the two major type of the execution context. Now what is the global execution context? Global execution context which is executing globally. It means that for example this code, so line by line code execution will be started and many things will be happen. And another is a functional execution context, which is also known as a local execution context, which will be available within the functions. Okay, the functions have their own environment for executing a code, and the global is having their own environment to executing a code. So there are two ways to code will be executed. And another one is also which is eval. Eval is also a execution context, also another environment, but I will talk about these things in a detail in another video. But majorly a functional execution context and global execution context, two environment is important to understand. So what is happening in the execution context? Okay, try to understand. So this is the global execution context. It means all the code come inside a all the code except function is come inside a global execution context. now within the function, whatever code is written which comes under the functional execution context. Okay, now you understand these things. So what is happening before before executing a code? First phase is, there will be a two phase. Okay, first phase is the creation phase. In the creation phase, you can say a compilation or parsing. JS will be parsed. It means entire code will be parsed, and during the parsing it will try to identify variables and function. Okay, it means that line by line code will be parsed or scanned. Okay, one type of scanning will be happen behind the scene, and during the scanning or parsing it will try to identify what is the variable and what is the function. If it will anywhere, if it will find a variable or functions, then their information will be stored somewhere. Okay, so it means that after the parsing and during the parsing they will try to find out, they will try to identify variable and function and set up the memory space for it, and on that memory space they will they will store the value of the variable and the functions. So what will be the value of the variable? So initial value of the variable will be set to a undefined, and the function will be stored as it is. What is function? What is the code of the function is? So it means that whatever function it have, they will store all the functions data, or it will point and store the reference of functions. And how it will be stored? So it will be stored in a key value pair. Okay, so in a key value pair in the memory they will store. So what will be happen? The parsing will be happen. They will try to identify variable and function. They will store variable initial value to be undefined in a memory. They will prepare a memory, and initial value of the variable will be undefined, and function will be point to their execution context or functional execution context. They will store their code. Now you understand about this first step before executing, and now it's done. And now after the creation phase, another phase is that execution phase, where line by line code will start executing. So how it will be execute? So for executing a code, it will go to the call stack. So in the browser, if you go to the source page, and for example let's go to the JS folder, because on that JS our code is available. Now you can notice right side, you can notice that the call stack. Okay, and here is the scope. So I think you understand that call stack. In the call stack, it will be go to the call stack to executing a code line by line, and in scope the memory will be set up, and that store the value in the scope section. Now try to understand this thing in detail. For that I am going to removing this console and removing these things as well from here. Now if I will execute this code, then what will be the output? So you can notice that in the console the value is undefined and then 4. Why it is undefined? Because of this one, a value is undefined, because as I said, during the parsing phase or creation phase, it will try to find out the variable and function, and initial value will be stored in the memory is undefined. That's why the a value, since the a value at this moment at the line number 1 is undefined, that's why the value is undefined. And at the line number 3, value is a value becomes 4. So now the a value changed from undefined to 4. So in the line number 4, the value of a will be console 4. Okay, so you can notice undefined and 4 is available. Now let's go to the source code, and I am providing some of the breakpoint here. So for example, at the line number 1, I break it, and breakpoint I have provided, and now at the line number 4 the breakpoint I provided, and let's provide the line at the line number 7 breakpoint. So in the breakpoint section you can notice line number 1, 4 or 7 I have provided. It means if the execution will be started, then at the line number where I provided a breakpoint will not execute. Okay, this will stop execution. So let's refresh this page. Now you can notice here that in the call stack, first of all, what is happened behind the scene? As discussed previously, in the creation phase, they will try during the parsing, it will try to find out the variable and function. So during that they will find the variable a and the functions b. Okay, they will store their value in the memory. They will set up the memory, they will store the memory. Initial value of the variable will be undefined, and then after that execution will be started. So where is the memory and where it is stored, how it's stored? So it will be stored in a scope. Okay, so in the right side you can notice there are the section of scope, right? So in the scope you can notice global object is created. Why global object? Because since global execution is started, that's why this is the global object. Global object is also known as the Windows object. Sometimes you also know that windows.document.getElementById, it's the same document.getElementById or this document.getElementById. If all these things are the same, why? Because Windows or global or all these things are referring to the Windows object. So these are the Windows object. So now you will be astonished that why all these things are there here. Only during the parsing a value and the b value they will find. Then what is this? So rest of the part, a value is initially you can notice is undefined. Because of this, during the creation phase they will scan and initial value is set to be undefined, and now the functions b are storing their value. Okay, you can notice the tooltip where the functions and their function definition or statement is available. It means b is pointing to the function. Now rest of the part, why it is coming here? So the rest of the part is added by the browser. As you know that browser is providing some of the API to access some of the part of the browser, like HTTP part, DOM part, event listener. Okay, or maybe you can notice this clear time interval, set timeout, this type of thing. There are lots of things: caches, cookies, localhost, local storage, location, this type of thing, history. All these things is provided by the browser. So browser by default will add some of the thing to the global object. That's why in the global object you can notice that a value is undefined and b value is referring to the functions. But apart from this, other thing is added by the browser so that you can access their API very well. Okay, and in the call stack you can notice that anonymous it is available, and if you click on that, then you can notice that execution is stopped at the line number 1. It means that since you applied the breakpoint at the line number 1, that's why 1 is still not executed. So you understand the a value is initially undefined. Now let's resume these things. Okay, one important thing, why the call stack having the anonymous? Because this is the global execution and it have no name. Since it doesn't have any name, that's why anonymous call stack having. So let's resume it. How you will resume? So you can notice, if you click here, resume script execution. So click here. Now you can notice that blue marks is come from the line number 1 to the 4, and now you can notice that a value is since line number 3 is executed, so initial value was undefined, and now that value is changed from undefined to the 4. That's why the 4 is present here. Well, you understand how the thing is working. Now in case of functions, since function is already stored in the memory and initial value is itself a function statement, that's why you can call a function before the function statement. You are absolutely fine with it, because in the memory it is storing the function's definition or function statement itself. It is pointing to the function, but the function's code is not stored anywhere within the function. What is written, no one knows, because the function having their own environment, and this environment is known as the functional execution context or the functional environment. So within the function, the same thing will be happen once again. It means, again, if you will, function invocation will be happen, then within that functions they will do scanning or parsing, and during the parsing they will try to identify variable in function. They will set up the memory space, and the initial value of the variable will be undefined, and the function will be store their value. Okay, the same thing happen in the functional execution context as well, within the functions as well. So functions have their own area, their own environment, and it is independent from the global execution context. However, at some point of time, if required, if necessary, the function can access their parent, but parent cannot access their child. Okay, if we'll talk about this function is a child and their parent is a global, then global cannot access the property and the value of the function, but function can access when required. Okay, so I hope you understand about it. So within the function, the same thing will be happen once again. Now if I will since at the line number 4 we have applied a breakpoint, that's why it is a break or at the line number 4. Let's resume it. You can notice that this green, this blue line is come to the line number 7. It means execution is stopped at the line number 7. Line number 7 is not executed. But in the call stack you can notice there are the two things. So in the call stack, makes your for your information, in the call stack the first in first out rule will be applied. It means that whatever will be the first in, that will be first out. So since you call the function, functional execution execution context is involved, so the function will be within the function, the code will be executed line by line. Once execution will be completed, then it will be moved to the pointer will be moved to the anonymous represent a global. So globally the execution will be happen. You can notice within the call stack there are two things is available. One is anonymous and another one is the B. If you will click here the anonymous, you can notice that at the line number 5 the execution is stopped, and if you will click the B, you can notice that at the line number 7 it is execution is stopped. Now you can notice here that in the scope section, apart from the global, local scope is also available. It means local environment is also set up. It's also known as a local memory. So in the local memory, it's related to the functions B only. So again the same thing happened here. So in the creation phase, they will try to find out the variable and function, and initial value of the variable will be defined to a undefined. That's why the A value is undefined, and there is no other variable and function. That's why nothing is available. But you can notice why it is this, or what is this in Windows. So again, as I said, that JavaScript having the property that they can access, local can access, or function can access their parent. So in some point of time, if you want to access the global object or Windows object, then you can access through this object or Windows object. So you can notice everything which is available in the global, everything is copied and come to the local. It means that local can access each and everything of the global. So local can access the global memory. Now in some point, if you want to access let's say confirm, or if you want to access the set timeout or clear interval or local, if you want to access the local storage location, this type of things, event listener, so you can access very easily, because local having the access of their parent, and parent have a lots of things. Browser provided something to the parent. Okay, so you can notice that some of the superpower browser have, and you can access each and every superpowers or through the API. So browser providing the API, you can access not only the global but also the function, or maybe a functional execution context or local environment they can also access. So how they will access within the functions, how it will be accessed, because JavaScript providing in the memory, providing the this object or Windows object. Due to this, you can access everything which you can access outside of the functions B. Okay, so I hope you understand these things. Now let's provide the breakpoint at the line number 8 and resume the script. Now here you can notice that a value is changed from undefined to the 6, and now a value in the local it is 6, and this is as it is, because again this an object Windows already having, because this is the local environment, in the local memory it have a access of their parent, and this is the global. Okay, so they can access the parent, and parent object is known as the global or this, like that. So all the it means that all the local environment or local memory, they can access their parent anytime. If they want, they can access their parent. So JavaScript, the parent cannot access the children, but children can access the parent. So you can notice that the global doesn't have any reference to the local. It means through the global you cannot access any of the property of the functions. Nowhere it is available. But you can notice here that the local having the reference, or in the memory of their parent. So this is a this or Windows. If you expand these things in little bit, then you can notice each and everything which is available in the global object or Windows object is copied under the this. Okay, so if you still have any confusion regarding this, so I will elaborate in the next coming video. If you comment and let us know, then we can explain these things in a detail. This is also very important, important concept you have to understand in a JavaScript. Okay, I hope you understand these things. Now let's comment it and try to understand again little more with the another example in a little more deeper. Now this is the almost the same code. So in this example you can notice that you are trying to access the value of variable C. Okay, it means you are consoling log value of the variable C. Then what will be the output if you console log these things? So here at this point, let's remove these things. This is not required here. You can notice that variable A is 1. If you will console log A, then the value will be printed in the console will be 1. And since you call the value of variable, you call the functions B, so function B will be start executing. So what will be the value of this one? So again, because the function invocation will happen, is happened, that's why within this function the same thing is happened. It means that during the creation phase or during the parsing, it will try to identify the variable and function. Every variable will be set to a undefined with the initial value, and the function will be point to their scope. Okay, so now you can notice that console log C, you have tried to get output of the variable C. So what is the output? So you can notice that C in the creation phase, the value of C will be undefined because it is declared. That's why the C will be output undefined, and now the C value is changed from undefined to 1. That's why here this console log will print the value of C is 1. So it is absolutely fine. Now let's talk about these things. What will be the output of the A of this line? So this will print in the console A value undefined. Why? Is 10 or undefined? So you might think that it will be not 10, it will be 1. Is it like that? No. Actually, as you know that during the creation phase, during the parsing, initial value of the variable A will be set to undefined. But why it is undefined? Why not it is accessing their parent's value? Because parent having the value 1. So you know, the JavaScript doesn't care, the value is either undefined or 1. Both are the same. It means any value which is defined, maybe undefined or 1 or anything else, it is defined, then it will be print that thing. It will not access their parent. If anything will be not present inside this functions B in this, it means that in the function variable, then it will go to their parent, otherwise it will not go to the parent. So first they will try to find out the access the value of the variable from the local. If in the local it will not find, it will not present, then it will go to their parent. So it means that since the value of A is present inside the functions B in the local memory, that's why the value of A will be not 10, not 1, it will be undefined because 10 is defined after that. So in the line number 22, the value of undefined will be changed from undefined to 10. That's why in the line number 22 it will be print A value to a 10. It's all right. I hope you understand. Now let's try to understand at the line number 31, the function invocation is happened. Now it means that it will go to the function X, and again the same thing will be happen inside function X. So the parsing will happen, and during the parsing it will try to find out, try to identify variable and function. Initial value of the variable will be set to be undefined, and function will be point to their environment. The function will be reference to their environment. Now again same things happen. So what will be the value of the C here? The C will be here the undefined, because in the local during the creation phase it will find the value of C is undefined, because as you know that initial value is set to undefined. That's why it is undefined. Now what will be the value of A? So here I think you are confused, because it will be undefined or not defined or what. So you will say that in the local, since A value is not declared, so it will be undefined, not defined error, reference error, not defined. But it's not like that. So as you know, according to the concept how JavaScript works behind the scene, so you understand that there in the execution context, it means it is a functional execution context. So within the functional execution context, or maybe you can say any execution context, the same thing is happening. Okay, so here the initial value of C will be stored to a undefined, but A value is not present inside a local, inside a function X. In this execution context, function X execution context, A value is not defined anywhere. That's why it will try to find out the value of A from their variable from their parents or from their output, or you can say from their parent, okay, or from their local environment, surrounding environment. Surrounding environment is also known as a lexical scoping. So if you will understand about the closure in the next coming video, maybe we will talk about the closure in a detail, then we will discuss about these things. But lexical scope, you can notice here that a value will come from their lexical scope from the surrounding environment or from their parent. So a value will be here, not defined reference error. It will also not be undefined. It will be a value will be a 10, because at the parent, at the surrounding state, or maybe you can say a lexical scope, the a value is 10. So also this is the known as a closure. Why it is closure? Because it's coming from their the closest environment or their parents environment. Anything, just remember, anything come from the parent, then you can say that this is a closure. Okay, now try to run this code and try to understand how the thing will be work. So I am going to break some of the point. So at the line number 17 I am breaking, at line number 18 I am 19, here I am breaking, and within the function x I am breaking. Okay, now I am resuming these things, resuming the script execution. You can notice that global object is created, and within that object a value, initial value is a is present to a 1, because you know that execution of line number 13 is already happened. That's why the value of a is 1. Now the b is also stored. Now you can notice that in the call stack the two things is available. One is the anonymous. Anonymous is pointing to a global execution context, and function invocation is happened. Since function invocation happened, that's why within the function another environment they will enter the functional environment and the functional execution context. Same thing is happened there, and so that if you will click here this b, then the local, as you know that functional environment is also known as the local environment. So within the local, a value is initially set to a undefined, because a is present somewhere during the parsing. They will find the value of a, that's why it is undefined, and the c value is again undefined. That's why execution is still not happened. It is stopped at line number 17. That's why a and c is undefined, and this reference to a, again, always the local memory can access their global or their parent. That's why they will access the windows. So they access the windows, it's all right. And the x, why? Because during the parsing, during the identification of the variable and function, they will also identify the functions x, the function statement which is x, and the x functions is stored in a key value pair in the memory, in the local memory. So that's why x value is pointing to the functions. Okay, now if I will resume once again, then you can notice that in the local still a value is undefined because 18 number is not executed. Again I am resuming. You can notice that a value, c value is here 1, because you change the value of c from undefined to 1. That's why it is 1. Now again I am resuming the script execution, and at the line number 21 the value of a is still not executed, right? So again I am executing. Now you can notice a value is changed from undefined to 10 because line number 22 is executed. And again I am resuming the paid script execution, and here you can notice that line number 31 is executed. If you will click here the anonymous, not anonymous, in anonymous you can notice that line number 15 it's waiting to execute the function, then it will be moved forward. So if you will click here the B, then you can notice that at line number 31 is stop execution, because the another function invocation is happened, which is function X, and within that function again I have provided some of the breakpoint. So if you click here the X, you can notice that within the local environment something is happened, which I already discussed. So you can notice that C value during the parsing, they will find only value variable C which is declared. So if any variable is declared inside functions, then that will be a local, they will initial value will be undefined, will be set. So here in the local you can notice the C value is undefined, and this because the local already have access to the global objects, that's why it is present. Now what about the value of the A? Because A is not declared inside a function X, so you can notice this is comes from the closure. Why closure it is written? Closure it is written because it comes from their surrounding state or from lexical scope. So closure is, it means that functions bound together with their lexical environment is known as the closure. So it means their surrounding state. So closure will be bound with their surrounding state. So that's why, since here if you will expand, A value comes from the closure, it means that A is not defined anywhere in the functions, it is not declared. That's why it comes from their parents. If in the parent it will be available, then it's all right. Suppose what will happen in the parent, the A value is not present, then this will try to find out to their parent. It means global object because functions B are the child of the global, so they will try to find out the global. What will happen if again the global doesn't have the declaration of the variable of A? Then in this case, since it will try to find out from their parents and their parents as well, parents as well, but again it will not find any variable which is defined, then it will be print it's not defined, reference error. Then A value, then it will be a error which is the reference error, which is not defined error. So uncaught reference error not defined, you will print here, it will be print. So I hope you understand that how the thing is happening. So A value comes from the closure. Well, so you can say that C value is printing here undefined, but A value is printing here the 10. Why it is like that? Because A and C both are not before the console log. After the console log, C is defined, so it will be undefined, and A is not defined, and not only defined but not defined anywhere in the function. So A value is here the 10. So here it will be undefined because C is present, C is declared inside a function X. That's why the C value is undefined, and A value is not declared. That's why A value will be print here. If you console log, then print A value will be 10. So you have to understand. Okay, so now again I am resuming this code. You can notice in the call stack three thing is available. One is anonymous, B and X. So first in first out concept is applying. So since last in first out concept is applying, so here you can notice that X is last in, so last out will be happen. So again I am resuming the code, resuming the execution, and you can notice that at the line number 28, C value, since we have stopped and the value of A is 10 and the C is undefined, still it is. And if you will resume once again, then you can notice that C is changed from undefined to 1 and A is already value is 10 comes from their parent. And if I will again resume, then what will happen? So the last in first out, so X will be, since last in, so it will be popped out, then B will be popped out, then anonymous will be popped out, because execution is completed. If execution will complete, then this will be removed from the call stack. So just resume it, and you can notice everything is removed from the call stack, and what is the output, whatever output is available, and based on that it will be print, because we have used only a console log. That's why based on that, in the console log all the output is present. So all the functionality we want to achieve through this code is already displayed and done. That's why in the scope it will be removed from the call stack. It's removed. So at the call stack nothing is present right now, because execution is completed. So I hope you understand how JavaScript is working behind the scene. If you will face any problem related to this, then please let us know. Thank you for watching.